you reference a petition or agenda item you want to speak on, you don't, it says conflict ethics in
Yeah,
general.
what I will do, Chair, is I will address each one of them, and I will tell you when I'm making my segue. Although I won't be taking the whole time for each one of them, I pretty much have a comment on the general theme of today.
Okay,
And what,
so as long as you're aware of the rules regarding the time limits, you have the floor.
Yes, sir, thank you. My name is R.J. Hampton, and I represent myself. I'm here today because I think today's agenda is reflective of a serious problem we're having in our system today. I'm going to first attempt to make some sense of petition number 2012-02. And this one has to do in light of strong questionable appearances to the public. Um, Part of ethics is about appearance. I'm here today to say that in the Zendo Kern matter, appearance seems to be very much at issue here. If one was to do the deep reading of what was before the Planning Commission that day on May 3rd, one would say that there was a lot at stake for the community of the new district of District 5. The statements didn't seem to have what I would consider to be a fair attitude. Quotes like, "before we get into it." As a citizen, I find it very disturbing that an individual, especially the chair, would start off the entire meeting by saying, "before we get into it," as if, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. It was that day a very emotional day. I believe that it is there that a chair has a responsibility to put a cap on that emotions and to deal with the facts of the case, which was very carefully pointed out by the Planning Commission. I want to tell you, Chair, that my feelings that day, being in the minority, that I would say honestly, and if you were to do the deep reading on the entire case, you would come away with the conclusion that I came with, and I was videotaping, and also a citizen who resides in the district in which the conflict was occurring. From the moment that that meeting started, it was like, "ladies and gentlemen, let's start the engines. I have to be out of here by 3 o'clock. And I've already done as much as I can for the other district that I will soon be representing. So let's get on with this." Emotions, unethical manipulation, begging the question, and not finishing his sentence, which was, "I checked with Corporation Counsel, and I do not need to recuse myself." That's very fine. But then he says, "and no." No what? Never finished the sentence. "No conflict of interest. Although I'm a friend, although I did sit here, although I've been on the commission since 2009, I should be aware of these issues if I had read." So I'm going to move on as to how I feel. Appearance, conflict. I mean, we're talking moral philosophy here. We're not talking legalism or criminalism or anything like that. I want you to set the standard, raise the bar, because we got a lot of new people. Now I'm going to pass on to you're gone. It's a silly distraction.
Okay.
All right, so now we're on to...
Hold on, for the record, you're now going to be providing testimony on communications 4A.
Yeah, thank you. Because I got out of the car and raced in here, I'm hoping I'm making some sense. Our chairperson considers what he is coming here today and what we are considering a silly distraction from more important issues. Again, here's the bar. Here's where you, as people who are supposed to judge people's conduct and behavior and how it appears to us, you are the bar. Here's where the buck stops. To say that someone in the community bringing a charge forth is a silly distraction from more important things is again begging the question. It's unethical political manipulation. That's for you to decide. Now, do I know what your job is? Oh, yeah. You're the people who volunteered to say, RJ, I'm going to protect you from the oppression of the majority, and I'm going to protect you from the retribution that may come, the reprisal from speaking out about what you believe to be true and what you believe to be the course of this government as they conduct themselves doing the public's business. So I addressed, and when I read that he considers this a silly distraction, I feel something is amiss that they're not understanding when they took the training in ethics. Now, who am I to speak like this? Why, I have a lot of experience. I was legislative aide for Emily Naoli, and if there is anybody who knows what your job is, I have seen you in action. And I applaud your ability to maintain your appearance of civility and equality. That I want to say. Now, the other one in terms of, whew, please, Chair, tell me what the other one was. I got my notes here.
You will be moving on to the petition number 2012-03.
Yeah. That's the one about the county employees. Now here we talk about blurred vision. This is where your job is going to be to draw the line. And what's beautiful about this is we got the press here. And it's your job today to impress the press on what the Ethics Commission is about, what your job is, because you call the shot on how our public officials conduct themselves. And my last thing I want to say, as I sum it all up, because I think you get the gist of what this citizen believes your job is. This isn't to confer criminality charges or to start telling people they're bad. Yours is to take it. And I remember something that Lincoln Ashita said to me, who I believe gave me, as a legislative aide, that gas and the, how you say, meter to know when to not do something. He said, RJ, use the refrigerator. I think he said ice box sphere. He said, when you go to clean out your ice box and you have stuff laying around in there for years, like friends and other things, businesses, contracts, things like that, associates, what you need to do is sniff every last one of them. If it smells funny, don't keep it. If it smells funny, throw it out. He says, use this. If you have to come to me and ask me whether you should do something, which is what they all should have done, every last one of these people that is here today consider the ethics, don't do it. For 2 years, I carried that thought. You never saw me, and I think you saw less of my boss, because we got it. And that's what I want you today to convey to the community, what it means to end up here in this seat justifying your behavior and conduct. And please do not allow these people who come up here that you interrogate or you question to beg the question or use emotion as their reason and rationality for what it is that they did or did not do. Thank you.
All right, thank you, RJ, for your testimony. One more. Carrie Marks.